I started the Drylands almost 4 years ago. A desert themed zoo, although in a grasslands map, which have seen many changes along the way. Today I'll guide you through the area that started the zoo back then, but which I first now dare to call almost complete. Welcome to a tour of the Drylands North American area. We'll start at the zoo's entrance, since this is where the first North American species is located. Here you'll find an icon of North America's open landscapes, the Prairie Dogs, which you might be lucky enough to spot even before you enter the park. Straight ahead you'll find the first animal to ever be added to this park, the Pronghorns. While this habitat has been redesigned many times, it has always functioned as the center of the American area. Going to the right we'll find a building which hasn't changed much over time, though it used to be just a memento shop but is now a toilet. Now we'll reach the park's natural garden, where you'll find wild monarchs and cloudless sulfur butterflies flying around, as well as some small ponds for implied desert pupfish. Enjoy the cinematic tour of this little area, and then I'll see you at the Bullfrogs after. American bullfrogs are not your typical desert species, but they are here in the park so you can learn about how they are becoming invasive in some desert areas. And while the bullfrogs got a negative impact on the desert, it is the opposite with American beavers. Beavers moving into rivers near deserts can help improve the biodiversity in the area. What is more of a typical American desert animal is the colored peccary, which have been in the park ever since Planet Zoo's 4th anniversary. Above them you'll find the Axolotl Conservation Center, where you can get a sneak into the behind-the-scenes work of maintaining and breeding a backup population of wild axolotls. We'll now cross the bridge going over the train tracks, where we can sense the bison in the distance. Straight ahead we'll find the majestic jaguars, which still have a small population left in the North American deserts. And now we reach some empty spots. Since it has been confirmed another DLC will come next year, I decided to keep a bit of free space here in case something fitting for this part of the zoo shows up. Moving on we'll reach the start of the Wild West zone. And here we'll find a train station as well as 9-banded armadillos. You can now jump on the train for a cinematic tour going past the Bison and an enclosure for a bachelor group of Pronghorns. And after we'll continue the tour of the rest of the North American area. We can now move up to the Wild West village. And here you can grab something to eat. Next we will find the old gold mine, where you can find a few exhibits for tarantulas and scorpions. At the gold mine you'll of course also find the gold miners' donkeys. This path will lead you out of America and take you to the Saharan desert, so we'll do a bit of backtracking instead. And now we'll find the Cougars in an enclosure taking advantage of the natural landscape. In front of it we'll once again find a bit of empty space, which is open for future ideas. We follow the trail and can get a peek into the African savannas, but this will be saved for another time. Now we are met by a great view of the waterfall, before we walk past the Pronghorns again. We reach the building for the Zootoxin Science Center, where you can find venomous reptiles from not only North America, but also Africa and Australia. Here venom is extracted from the snakes for scientific and medical use. The last habitat of America is for the common raccoons, in an aviary-like enclosure. This was the end of the Drylands, North America. What is left to do in this park is mostly within the African savanna section of the zoo, which got a lot of loose ends at the moment. If you want to see how that turns out in the end, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. I hope you enjoyed this little hike today, and make sure to like the video if that was the case. And then I hope to see you again soon.